Look at this place. It's a complete mess. I think it's time to get a maid. Not one that comes every 2 weeks, but one that lives with us. That can get pretty expensive. Looks like it's time to find a wife. Are you in a relationship with the man who acts like he doesn't know how to do any household chores? When you ask him to do the dishes, is this the end result? If this is the reality of a relationship, you might want to leave ASAP. If you don't leave now, you might as well call yourself a maid instead of a wife. You know the stereotype that women take care of everything at home while men go to work. That's exactly what these men were hoping for when they got married. In today's economy, both partners usually work, so it's unfair to have one person do everything at home while the other person does nothing. This brings me to the concept of weaponized incompetence, which is pretending not to know how to do a task to force or get someone else to do it. There is so much content on TikTok where people are showing that this is the reality of their lives, and it makes you think, why get into a relationship in the first place? We are taught that we're supposed to date someone for a few years, get married, and live happy ever after, at least in the movies. But according to Marriage TikTok, it goes a little bit more like this. Honey, can you please pick up the kids from school? I don't know where their school is. Can you pick up some groceries for dinner? Do you know where I can find the vegetables? Can you load the dishwasher before bed? Of course, I got you. Look, I'll let it slide if you genuinely don't know how to use the dishwasher. Not everyone grows up with the luxury of having one. Will I get the ick if you don't know how to use one? Yeah, because you can easily YouTube a video on how to use one, but I won't hold it against you the first time. The next time you go to load a dishwasher, I'll show you exactly how to do it and where to put everything. Clearly, there was a lack of knowledge the first time you went to load it. So now that I helped you and taught you how to do it, I expect there to be no further issues when I ask you how to do this simple task. If your man learned after this, consider yourself one of the lucky ones because he's not purposely trying to get you to do it. He passed the test. So when it's time for you to put a ring on it, it's okay to say yeah. Actually, I don't think one test is gonna cut it. Multiple tests are needed to really see if your partner is ready for this marriage because after seeing this video, we can't even sign the papers.
Ladies, when you send us to the store, turn your ringtone on. It's not even in case we might call you, okay? We're going to call you. The potatoes aren't where you said they'd be. The guy who works here's never even heard of the hair stuff you use. And the aisle you said ketchup would be in is now cleaning supplies. Meanwhile, my wife can't go 11 seconds without scrolling on TikTok. Yet every time she sends me to the store, she immediately gets into the shower after throwing her phone into the bottom of a lake. Can't get the girl to focus on a movie for an hour, but when she needs the most specific eggs they make, she cracks her phone in half and buries it like she's being tracked by the FBI. So I just gotta walk around Target like I'm studying for a chemistry test. Okay, organic, pasture-raised, regenerative, and make sure none of the shells are cracked. Every time I go to the supermarket alone, they're rearranging the aisles. The section I gotta get to is always under construction. What is the manager like? Hey, let's see what the store would look like with the refrigerator section outside. Do you know how many different types of cheese they make? Then I get called a moron when I buy the wrong one. Why do they make so many different toothpaste?
If she wants to throw her phone into a lake and take a shower, she should be able to do that while you're at the store. Your wife is not Google. Are you really so incompetent that you can't remember to check the eggs for cracks and find the ketchup? It just adds insult to injury when you mention Target. You know Target has an app that tells you exactly where everything is in the store. All you need to do is search the item. It literally gives you the aisle number, tracks you as you walk through the store, so you know when you're getting closer to that item. Does someone want to tell him that his wife saw this TikTok and now his stuff is on the curb outside their house? She just couldn't take it anymore. She's been married to this guy only for 1 year and the resentment was way too much, and that TikTok was the last straw. The uneven workload finally got to her. Y'all didn't even have babies, but she was going through postpartum having to deal with you. There is no way I would put up with a man who's acting like this. This is clearly a little skit. This guy is a proclaimed comedian, but I just needed to set the scene because it highlights how the guys in these next videos are acting. The man in the skit is the type of man who will do this when he's asked to put dinner away.
I asked my husband to put the leftovers away yesterday. It was ravioli. This is A trash bag. That's a trash bag.
Is this for real? Have you seriously never heard of Tupperware, glassware, saran wrap, or even foil? This man seriously thought it was okay to take the bowl from dinner and put it in a trash bag? I hope you showed him the comments because people are talking about how divorce was the best decision of their life. Maybe this will scare him into putting a little bit more effort. If this next situation actually happened to me, I'd be moving out before the divorce papers were even filed because I am not cleaning up this mess.
It's been 7 days since I cleaned my kitchen. In fact, it's been that long since I stepped foot in it. My son and I got COVID while my husband somehow managed to avoid it. So we isolated on the top floor. The kitchen is so much worse than I could have imagined. I don't even want to look in the sink. A huge part of me knows how bad it's going to be because the entire kitchen smells like vinegar. That means there's rotting food hidden somewhere. I don't want to know what these sticky substances are because the second that I do, I just want to quit. I throw away this cup because there is no saving it, and a huge part of me wants to feel shame over how the kitchen looks. The entire bottom of the sink is filled with old food. Every time that I think I've seen the worst of it, I'm proven wrong. This is a smoothie that I made before I got COVID. I can't believe how disgusting things are, and I don't know how I'm going to get rid of the smell. But I refuse to tear myself down over the state of this kitchen. Most days I was too exhausted to get out of bed. And when I could force myself off of it, it was to take care of my sick little one. When some of my symptoms started to get better, I was working every day. I also did the laundry and cleaned the entire top floor. Acknowledging what I was able to do doesn't mean that I'm proud of how my kitchen looks. The smell alone told me how bad it was before I even saw it. But at the same time, I can also recognize I did the best that I could this week.
Just remember that she just got over COVID, probably can't smell and taste, but still is able to smell the filth of that kitchen. Are you not exhausted yet? Her frustration level must be God tier because there is no way in hell a normal person isn't frustrated by this situation. I don't even think she feels like she's being taken advantage of. Oh wait, she doesn't. Just look at this comment she left. Look, I understand defending your partner online, but how can you even excuse this level of disgusting behavior? You literally said that you can smell it before you even walked into the kitchen. Nah. Burn it down. I'm not trying to catch anything. Look, you better understand that when you post something like this on the internet, you're going to get a lot of comments, most likely criticizing your husband. What was the goal of this post? You had to know that people were going to be upset by this and you decided to let him off the hook? What was the motive? I'm literally clueless. Actually, I smell clickbait. Honey, look at this video I posted. It's going viral. Look at all the comments it's getting. Read them to me. This is why I'm single. This woman is a single married mom. My husband works full time and is in cancer treatment and still cleans up after himself. Videos like this confirm that divorce was the right choice? Take the hint. That is the only way I am making a video like this and posting it online. Sounds to me like you really didn't want to change. Remember the Coachella Squatter Boy video? Those girls didn't get their money until they exposed those boys online. Those boys acted like fools until they had social pressure to change their behavior. They wanted results, not engagement. If you continue to excuse this type of behavior, this will be your life until you reach a breaking point. I'm pretty sure this next lady reached her breaking point when she saw her husband playing 2K instead of feeding their child.
I'm sick of 2K at this point now, like, seriously.
The game really be that serious that you got your daughter drinking out the whole bottle. Like that game that serious.
And I'm getting boys like that. Just keep her right there.
No, dude.
What you mean?
The game that serious that you couldn't get up.
Okay, maybe he was feeding her, just not correctly. I totally get it. I grew up playing video games just like this man. He's definitely playing an online game where you can't pause it. The thing is, you're a grown-ass man and you have a newborn child right next to you. Aren't you concerned about the well-being of your child? I'm not even a parent and I know that's too big of a serving size for a baby that small. Is this weaponized incompetence? Or is this just incompetent? It's a little too hard to tell at this point. I'm not sure I would want to share responsibilities with this person. I feel bad because I know there are women who want an equal partnership where they're able to delegate a task, but if their partner acts like this, they would rather just do it themselves. It's just sad because it just makes me think that there's a deeper problem with how these men were raised. Was this a learned helplessness that they acquired over time? Did they see their fathers do this to their mothers, which is why it's ingrained in them to do so? Many examples I showed make me feel like these men were rewarded for their incompetence in the past. The most notable example was the woman who cleaned up her kitchen after she had COVID for a week and her husband was fine letting food rot in the sink and mold grow in the cup.
Pardon?
Can you do a roast?
You want me to do a roast?
Yeah.
Can I just remind you of something? I gave birth 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago, and you came out of the hospital straight away. You've been sitting around all this time, so you can make a roast.
To send me home to get rest at home.
Yeah, but you've been doing nothing but resting. Look at all these cups of tea for a start. I mean, look, I'm just saying.
I'm sorry that I need caffeine to keep going with a newborn baby.
Yeah, and it's not easy for me either. Right, I didn't give birth, no, but I'm not sleeping like you, so I'm knackered. You're awake. So, my mum and dad are coming, and you know what they're like, they always want a roast.
Keywords: your mom and dad. Get your ass up and make the roast yourself. You want a roast? What are those? Those look like your daughter's sparkly Skechers. Wait, are Skechers cool again?
They always want a roast, but I've not just given birth 2 days before. You can get up and make it yourself.
Look, you do it much better than I do. We know that. I've tried. It's a waste of time.
Why are you gaslighting me?
I'm not gaslighting you. You always say I'm gaslighting you. I'm not.
You're trying to manipulate me into making a roast for your mum and dad because you can't be asked, well, do you know what? I've just cooked for the last 9 months. Your kid.
Yeah. I'll sit with them, with the baby, talk to them. You got like a couple of hours to yourself.
Oh, you sit on your ass with the baby while I'm stood slaving over a hot stove. It doesn't work like that.
Sit on my ass with the baby, so you're saying it's easy then? Yeah, so if that's the case, then you can go in the kitchen then, can't you? What's the problem?
It's crazy to me that this guy thinks it's okay to talk to his wife this way. She squeezed a human out of her body 2 days ago and you can't Google how to make a roast? You don't even know how to measure out ingredients or follow a recipe? I'm pretty sure your parents understand why she didn't make a roast. I wonder how his parents reacted after seeing this video. Hopefully, they were disgusted by his behavior. He was clearly trying to manipulate her into doing it, even using the classic, you know how to do it better than me. Boy, get on my face and go put that apron on. You think it's a waste of time to even try? You're wasting my time arguing with me. I've been cooking the last 9 months and don't try to tell me that being in the kitchen is getting some time to myself. I know she ended the video because she was getting nowhere with her husband and she just needed to get a little snippet to show how toxic her husband really is. Before you find yourself in a situation like this, make sure to assess your relationship and recognize the warning signs as they come. Have open communication and talk about your expectations before the next steps. Make sure to go in depth about the shared responsibilities and what you need from each other. That will make it easier to hold each other accountable when the other person is slacking. If you notice your partner isn't respecting these boundaries, kick him to the curb and find somebody who will. Having a healthy relationship is more important than being miserable with your daily life. And if you're miserable, remember, divorce is an option. That's gonna do it for this video. I know you like this video, so you might as well subscribe. Maybe send this to a friend who needs to hear their man ain't shit. Even if you don't, I know that you have that one friend in mind. If I'm not your favorite YouTuber yet, it's only a matter of time. Hopefully your algorithm will bless you again if you don't subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.